welcome back to the channel. I've been jobbing around this morning, not really doing anything that much interesting. I've been and disconnected the kitchen sink, been and fixed the toilet. My next job might be a little bit interesting though. It's a customer who's phoned up to say they're hearing a noise under the floor. It sounds like a water leak. They have checked the water meter and it is spinning. Some of these jobs can be interesting sometimes. It's trying to pinpoint exactly where it's leaking and you'd never know quite what you to expect. So yeah, we'll get over there now. It's probably going to be dinner time by the time we get there. So yeah, we'll get over there, have a look, see what we can find and see what's going on. It's loud down here, isn't it? I haven't checked the meter yet, but according to the customer it's spinning like mad. The hot's been capped and rerouted, but the cold hasn't. It smells damp under here, no. So loud. So the hot drops down on the other side in the ensuite. It's been clipped under the bath, been picked up there, and then it runs around in this trunking. But the cold, they're the original pipes at the back. The ones coming up in the hair felt, so I'm guessing the cold is split under the floor. So it may be that we're going to have to reroute this. So this is the hot in the ensuite. It drops down from the roof in this trunking and then goes under the bath and picks the, well, it picks that basin up there in there and then picks the other one up. But the cold, we've got to pick the toilets up. Meter's spinning like mad. What I'm going to do is get a valve up in that roof and see what that cold pipe actually feeds, because I don't know if it feeds the showers as well. Let's get this isolated. They've dropped that new hot down there, which goes down there in the ensuite. It currently drops, well, it used to drop here, and same with the cold, but it just depends whether that cold, yeah, well, it must be going down. It just depends with the toilets. We're going to put a valve on here and see if it stops the leak and what it's feeding, and then I'm going to have to look at rerouting it the same. I have to come off here or come off there or wherever. Yeah, that should be alright. That should be alright. We'll have to run a new pipe down there then. I've just got a horrible feeling this pipe is feeding up, not down. In which case, we're not going to be able to reroute it like that. But we'll soon find out. Right, it's got a valve on there. We'll go get the water back on and we'll find out exactly what that's feeding. But yeah, just trying to think, because then potentially I can clip a new pipe along there. I mean, they ran theirs in 22, but to be honest with you, it's only 15 feeding it, so you probably would have got away with 15 mil. Hoping these are dead, which they are. So that shut the leak off putting that valve in. So yeah, it's feeding down. So we're going to have to reroute this, I think. So that other toilet's nearly back to back with that, so we might be able to drill through from that vanity unit. And then the bath is there, so we might be able to run along. Just trying to think, save the trunk in. And I want to get some double trunk in down there, drop a cold down here, cross into the vanity unit, drill through there behind the bath and then come back along the bath in that way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a 15mm up the side of this and we'll have to get some double talon trunk in. But I'm just going to get all my holes drilled first. So set that up with a T, come across, and then I'm going to pick the toilet up on the back side of there. Drilling the holes is the worst bit on this, to be fair. Send a 22 through so we can sleeve it. I'll just take that one through by again. We've done that on a bit of a kick because it's hit the back of the unit. So I'm going to drill through there at a bit of an angle and then we'll have to put a bit of a pull bend on that again. That should be all our holes drilled. So we've got that one through, into the back of the vanity unit. That's not broke the tile, that's just a pencil mark. And there's one through behind that lat, so we're going to pull a square bend on that, or a pulled bend, to reach pick the toilet up. Aidan's just sticking a pipe up the other side into the roof space, and then he's going to poke one through here for me. And that'll be perfect, mate, that. That'll be perfect. That's our pipe coming up. Aidan's just pressing that up downstairs, and then we've just got to take it across. We're going to get all downstairs connected up before we turn the water off. We just need to run it along the back and then pick up the cold over there. No, I'll bend that short. No, I think we'll be alright at that. We'll be alright. Need a T here, and then we just need to pick it back up on this one here. It should be alright, and then swing it around there. That should be fine. I think I'm going to here we'll be able to get in there to press that link. Just not practicing rather than use that flexi. I think it'll look a bit neater. Draw on there. And wash it for that. Oh no. Let's check that. Oh, I've just leak it. Right, that's got that toilet pipe back in. I just have to check that ball valve connection when I fill it up because it started leaking at the top. And I've just put a bit of a bend on the pipe. I'm hoping I can feed this through. Give me a minute, I'll see if I can get it in. Might not be able to. Don't think I'm going to get that through. I think I can get my jaws in. Yeah, it's warmer now, yeah. Better than being cold though, so I'm not complaining. Let's see if we can get this connected on here. Put a little offset and then a service valve there, I think. That's all connected up this side, straight through. Aidan's done the other side. So we're going to go up in the roof and get that bit done now. Hopefully we've got no leaks and it's cut all this leaking pipework off. So that's what we did this side. So all these and the old ones in the floor cut off, dead and isolated. And then we're just going to get some of that trunk in, same as it was before, but the double one. And then I'm just going to cut these off here and we just have to put some silicone where the tile was. Yeah, customer's happy with that. I mean, they had the single trunking down anyway before, so we're just going to get the double one. That's about the best I can blend that one in. I know it's not perfect, but you can only do what you can do. Have a good hoover and wipe up in here, and we'll get up in the roof. But it won't do any damage anyway, the bath tap being open. Right, switching her on now, mate. Right, that's fully on.
Right, okay, I'll open up and...
So we just clip that one across there. I've got to get some lagging on this yet as well. I'm going to do away with that dead leg on that hot as well. That's not very good, is it? So Aidan's just down there, just making sure we've got no problems. It should be job done. Should be alright. I'm using 15x19 because we're up in a roof space, so I don't think that'll ever freeze. Everything else is only done with 15x13 to be fair, and it's not frozen up, so you can only ever do what you can do. Right, that's got that job all sorted. Aidan did come across and give me a hand on that one because there was a fair bit to do, and the lady was really worried the pipe was just going to split at night. She said she hadn't slept in 2 days because she could hear this noise, and yeah, was really worried she was just going to wake up to a flood. I think she said she had the hot done last year or the year before, I'm not sure why they didn't do the cold, but at least now she's got no more pipework underneath the concrete floors. What will have happened is the pipe would have just split along its length or pinholed, and I think it was actually, that one was actually leaking under the bath, so I don't think you'd have ever got to it to fix it without ripping it all out. So yeah, she's got a little bit of trunking down the wall now, but when she has the bathroom done, she said she'll get that chopped in the wall. To be honest, she wasn't really too bothered with having it. She was just happy to get the leak sorted. So yeah, a good result in the end on that one. Before we go, I am just going to show you a couple of pictures of the soapbox car I've built for the charity soapbox race in June this year. It did actually take me a long time to build this. I was working on it all weekend because scrutineering is on Thursday this week. Well, this video goes out Friday, so it'll be yesterday for you guys. Hopefully it passes scrutineering. I can make a few alterations if not. But yeah, I went to pick some, I went round the car boot to buy some like Toy Story toys, and the guy who brought them off was actually a subscriber to my YouTube channel, so the chances of that happening fairly low, I think. I haven't got, you know, thousands and thousands of subscribers, but yeah, I bought some bits off him, so he's already had a little bit of a sneak peek. So yeah, I'm just going to post some pictures. I filmed a little bit of the build, so if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I might just do a little bit like of a soapbox build. I know it's not really plumbing related. There are quite a few plumbing parts actually used on this build, unsurprisingly really. But yeah, hopefully this car goes a lot quicker than last year, because last year our tyres were quite small. This year I've used 20-inch BMX wheels to give it a good, you know, the bigger the wheel, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but the bigger the wheel, the quicker it builds up speed, and the course is quite short. So yeah, we kind of went the wrong way last year, so we're hoping to get in the top 10. But yeah, I'll post a couple of pictures. If you guys want to see some more of the build, let me know in the comments. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.